So we'll start sitting in our chair with our feet on the floor. So if you can find the floor there and put both of your feet on the floor. And I like to put a little bit of space between the back of my chair and my body, just so that I'm not totally reclining, but I'm thinking about lengthening the spine. So I want to feel myself sitting on the chair. I want to feel grounded through my hips and through my feet, and then lengthening up through the crown of the head. So I feel my spine is elongating. So I'm getting taller as I sit in my chair. I want to feel this opening through the heart center. So instead of rounding, I'm going to try to open up my heart, lift my sternum, draw my shoulders back underneath my ears, and draw my ears over my shoulders. So pulling the back of the neck back to stack the ears on top of the shoulders. And then hands in any position that makes you happy. They might be hanging, they might be resting on your knees. Some people like to close their eyes. I personally like to close my eyes. Some people do not like to close their eyes. So if you're one of those people, stare at something that's not moving straight ahead of you, so you can really soften your gaze and focus on one thing. As we sit here at the very beginning of our practice, let's just feel the breath moving through the body the way it wants to move. So we're not going to change anything at all right now. Just feel the breath moving through your body. And in yoga, we're breathing in and out through the nose if that's possible for you. Nose breathing is especially important for our health. So if you can breathe in and out through your nose, do that. Feel the breath moving through your body. And then let's begin to deepen the breath. And I like to think of having a balloon in my belly. So when I breathe in through my nose, the belly expands, the balloon gets blown up. It's easy for me to think of it that way with a visual. And then as I exhale, the balloon deflates, my belly draws back towards the spine. So in yoga, we call that belly breathing. Let's do that for a few moments. So breathing in through the nose, blow up the balloon in the belly. And then as you exhale, let go, deflate the balloon. Now let's think about bringing the breath not only into the belly, but up into the rib cage and into the chest. So we'll take the balloon breath into the belly and then let it lift into the rib cage and all the way up into your chest. And every time we're doing that, we're feeling like we're getting a little bit taller. So we breathe in, we get a little bit taller. As we exhale, let's try to let go of some of this tension that we have in our shoulders, in our neck, in our face. Maybe some of the tension that we hold here at the solar plexus, or maybe something's weighing heavily on your heart today. And we'll breathe those things out as we exhale. So deep 3-part breath now. And exhaling, chest, ribs, belly. Let's take a couple more. And then let's start to move, and we'll start with the head. So I'm going to imagine that I have a crayon on the tip of my nose, and I'm going to try to draw a circle on the wall in front of me. So gently loosening the neck. Let's circle the other direction. Taking our time, there's nowhere to go, no reason to rush. And then let's bring the head back to center. We're going to let the chin drop down to the chest, and then let your head turn out to the right. So you've got your chin close to your chest, but you're looking out over your right shoulder. And then we'll look back down at your lap and look out to the left. So my right ear is looking down at my lap, my left ear is looking up at the sky. And then let's look down at the lap again, and we'll inhale the head right to the center. Now, with your head still lifted in center, take a look over your right shoulder. So now your chin is level to the floor, and we're looking over the shoulder, and then let your eyes do a little bit of work and have them look a little bit further over your shoulder. And then we'll come back through the middle on an in-breath. And we're going to look over our left shoulder. And again, we're going to let our eyes do a little bit of work. We're not going to force anything, but we're going to let them look a little bit further over our left shoulder. And then let's bring the head right back to center again. We're going to lift the shoulders up, roll them back, lifting and rolling, lifting right up to your ears, rolling back, lift and roll. And then let's do one shoulder at a time. So let's roll the left shoulder back and then the right shoulder back. It's always a little bit of a different feeling when we're so used to using our shoulders together, I think, in a lot of situations. So learning to use them independently. Lift and roll. We'll do one more. Lift and roll. And then let's play the piano with our fingers. We'll play the pretend piano and get your thumbs moving too. And then we'll do a little shake. Loose, loose, loose hand. Little shake. And then let's circle our wrists around, keeping our shoulders relaxed, neck soft, face soft. And then we'll circle the other way. Let's reach one arm up, open your hand really big, really wide, stretch the palm, and then pull it down with a fist. And we'll lift up the other arm, reach overhead, big hand, pull it down with a fist. Let's do this a few times. So we're reaching. This is an important movement, keeping your arm next to your ear, getting your arms overhead. Let's do this a couple more times. Reaching, reaching. And then let's interlace our fingers. And we're going to press our palms out. And give our hands a nice stretch. And then let's lift our arms up. Still pressing our palms out and up. Stretching the hands, stretching the fingers. Reaching, keeping the shoulders soft. Let's take a breath. And as we exhale, we'll let go. We'll let our arms float down all the way to our sides. And then let's do two more. This is called sun breaths. All the way up. Bring your palms together if they touch. And exhale all the way back down again. One more, inhale. And exhale all the way back down. And then let your arms hang. Let's let the right ear drop down towards the right shoulder. So our arms are hanging, so that makes our arms heavy, keeps our shoulders dropping down and away, so we get a better stretch for the neck. Now let's turn the head. So we're going to keep our ear situated where it is, but we're going to turn our head and look down at our shoulder. And then let's look back out again and lift your head to center. Arms are still hanging. Let's exhale the left ear down towards the shoulder. And then let's turn the head and look at the left shoulder. And then we'll look back out again and lift the head to center. Let's scooch just a little bit closer to the edge of the chair. So now you're not touching the back of your chair at all. You've got some space. We're going to put our hands right on our knees and do a little round of cat-cow. So we want to start moving into the spine. So we're going to take a breath in here, and as we exhale, we're going to press the back towards the back of the chair, drop the chin to the chest, and the tail will lift up towards the chin. And then as we inhale, we go the other direction. So we're moving our spine forward and back. The exhalation is more rounded, dropping the chin to the chest. And the inhalation is more of a back bend. Now follow the pace that your breath sets for you, and we'll do a few rounds of this. Let's take 2 more in breaths and 2 more out breaths. And then we're going to find our nice upright posture again. Let's take the left leg, lift the foot off the floor, and take hold of the knee. And we'll circle the ankle around. So we'll start to move into the lower part of the body. So when we move our joints, we introduce synovial fluid into the joint, and that keeps our joints supple. It keeps them moving in their full range of motion. Let's circle the other way. So we've got to move our joints to keep them functioning properly. And then we'll stop circling the ankle, but let's wiggle the toes a little bit. Try to get the toes moving a little. And then we'll go to the other side. So releasing the left foot to the floor, we'll lift up the right, and we're going to circle. And we'll circle the other way. And then we're going to wiggle our toes. So wiggling your toes. and then we'll put the foot back on the floor. So both of our feet are on the floor. I'm sitting closer to the edge of my chair here. I'm going to rise up to the balls of my feet. So I'm lifting my heels off the floor. I think you can see that. Okay. So I'm coming right up to the balls of my feet and my toes, and then I'm going to drop my feet all the way down to the floor again and lift up only my toes. So we're going to rock up, really starting to use our feet here a little bit. And then back down we go and lift up only your toes. This strengthens the arches of your feet. And then we'll come up, lift up the heels, come to the balls, put your feet back down, and lift up only your toes. Let's do that one more time. So we're coming to the balls of the feet, to the toes, and then we're lowering down and lifting up the toes. And then let's imagine that we have a washcloth or a piece of paper underneath our feet, and we're going to do this with our feet. We're going to try to scrunch up our washcloth or our piece of paper with our feet. So we're using our toes kind of like their fingers and scrunching that imaginary piece of paper. This also strengthens the arches of your feet. And it gives your toes something to do. We don't want them to be lazy. They spend a lot of time in those shoes getting lazy, right? So a little bit more scrunching. And then relax your feet, and let's do a little walk here or a little jog with our feet. Bring some energy to that part of your body. And then relax and just feel the energy that you stir up just by doing that kind of a motion. We're going to take the left foot and I'm going to bring it just beside my chair. And I'm going to turn my foot, I think you can see what I'm doing here, turning my foot so the top of my foot is on the floor next to my chair. I'm going to stretch the top of the foot and the ankle. You could also have it under your chair if that's more comfortable than having it to the outside of your chair. We'll take a couple nice breaths here. And then I'm going to bring the foot back next to the other one. And I'm going to bring my right foot next to my chair or under my chair, depending on what kind of chair you're sitting in. Stretch the top of the foot. And breathe. And then let's release and we'll bring the foot next to the other one. We're going to bring the arms down beside us again. Let's inhale, arms coming up. We're going to do a seated sun salutation. So we'll exhale and fold all the way over as the arms come right back beside you. And then we'll inhale, lift up. As we exhale, we're going to pull our left knee into the chest. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, the right knee into the chest. Inhale, drop it down. Bring the arms back beside you, and the next time you breathe in, we're coming up. And exhale, floating the arms down again. Let's do that again, one more time. Inhale. And exhale, we're folding as the arms come right beside us. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, left knee into the chest. Inhale, comes back down. Exhale, the right knee to the chest. Inhale, comes back down. Exhale, your hands beside you, and then inhale up. And exhale. We'll float them back down again. Let's put a little bit of space between our feet. I still have got some space behind me here. I feel nice and stable with my feet a little bit wider. We're going to do a circle here. So circling the torso. So we're starting to get into the low back a little bit more. Stretching out the low back with the forward bends. And then we'll circle back the other way. And one more time all the way around. And up we come. Feet are planted, so we feel grounded. Sitting right in the center of my chair. I'm going to let my right hand hold on to the side of my chair, lift my left arm up, and we're going to bend into a lateral bend over towards the right side. So in yoga, we move our spine in 6 different directions. This is one of them, lateral bending the spine. Of course, that opens up lots of nice space in the rib cage. So breathe into your left ribs. And then let's inhale to lift up and exhale, float the arm back down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So hold on to your chair. That always makes me feel a little bit more secure, like I'm not going to fall off my chair. The right arm lifts up, and then we're going to exhale over towards the left side and open up the big space in the right side of the body now. So we're breathing where we feel sensation. We're breathing where we feel stretch. And then let's release, come all the way back up on the in-breath, and exhale, float the arm down. Let's hold on to something behind us. So the rails of your chair, maybe, turn so you can see that. I'm just kind of holding on to the back rails of my chair. And we're going to arch into a back bend. So pressing the heart forward like it's going to leap right off the chair, and gazing at where the wall and the ceiling come together. So your head is an extension of your spine. We feel the whole front body opening. Opening up. Stretching the pectoral muscles here in the chest. Big, important stretch. And then let's release and come back to our upright. I'm going to have you cross your left leg over your right if that is possible for you. And if it's not possible, using something to elevate that foot and turn it on its side so you're resting on the pinky edge of your foot. So if you can get it all the way up on your leg, great. If not, something that you can rest your foot on, we're going to fold forward over the leg. So what this does is it takes us into the hip a little bit. So we're going to get a stretch for the hip here. So let's lengthen. I always think about lengthening here, like I'm going to jump right out over my leg. We don't have to even touch the leg with our chest, and we get a nice stretch, hopefully, in the leg. And then let's release the stretch. Come all the way back up, put your leg down, and we'll go to the other side. So just that little crossover, either on your other leg or something that elevates your right leg a little bit more. And we're going to lengthen out over the leg. It's like we're hinging from the hip creases here. So the spine stays relatively neutral. Let's breathe into the hip. And then let's release and come all the way back up. We'll uncross the legs. Let's take whatever you're using as a block. I've got this box with a little train engine in it. That's what I'm using today. So I'm going to put that right between my knees. And it could be, like I said, it could be a book, it could be your roll of paper towels, it could be a pillow. Just something that you can squeeze into. And we're going to activate the inner thighs. So we're going to squeeze the legs into whatever is in between your legs and activate those inner thigh muscles. And the whole time we're breathing, because this is where I find myself holding my breath if I'm concentrating really hard on something. And then let's relax. We'll keep the block there, whatever you're using. And then we're going to squeeze again. We're going to do this 3 times. So strengthening the inner thighs. Kind of a part of our leg we don't think about very much sometimes, I think. Big breaths. And then let's relax. Take a breath. And then squeeze again. And we're breathing the whole time we're squeezing. And then let's release. We're going to put the block down. Bring the hands together here. Imagine that you have your hands glued together. They are completely glued together, especially this part, the base of the palm, completely glued together. And we're going to let them travel a little bit lower down the torso. So I'm just bringing my arms down, but I'm not going to let them come apart. So pressing the palms together, keeping them together, they're glued together. And then let the palms pop apart, but keep the fingers glued together. And let your hands come down a little bit lower, stretching the forearms here. And then let's release with a shake. Shake, shake, shake. Let it go. Let's take our loose fingers and we're going to tap all over our face. So this to me feels like raindrops, or that's how I imagine it. I'm making raindrops all over my face. So I'll start with my forehead, and hopefully your forehead relaxes under this movement, and into the temples. Tapping, tapping, light little tapping across your eyebrows. And then around to underneath your eyes, into your cheekbones and your cheeks, and around your nose. We don't really think about relaxing our nose very much. Relax your nose. Relax your mouth, so tapping around your mouth. And then up into your jaw. This is an important one here. Big masseter muscle in the jaw. Tight, tight, tight. Strong. And then we're going to come behind the ears and on top of the head. So you've got raindrops falling on your head. Some of us remember that song. All right, all over your head and then into your chest. So tapping the sternum, all the little things that live underneath it, waking them up. And then let's release our arms again, either beside you or on your knees, and just feel the energy that moves through your body. Close your eyes if you like to close your eyes, and take a big breath here. And then let the breath go. Now let's let our arms float free beside us again. Take a breath. And as we exhale, this time we're going to twist to the right, another direction of the spine that is important. Rotation through the spine. So I'm going to sneak my left hand around my right knee. My right hand is going to hold on wherever I can get on my chair there. And then looking out over your shoulder, keep your chin level to the floor. Shoulders are soft and relaxed. Feel your spine growing long each time you breathe in. And the next time you breathe in, we're going to come all the way back around to the center. So unwind. Take a breath here. And as we exhale, we're going to twist the other way. So we'll go to the left. Right hand to the thigh, left hand wherever you can get your chair back there. And then turn your head and look over your shoulder. Let's keep the chin level to the floor. Nice long neck. And then the next time you breathe in, let's unwind and come all the way back around. Let's take the right arm across the chest and we'll just draw it in with the left. So we're holding the right arm with the left arm, and I'm just going to let my right hand relax onto my shoulder so I'm not holding a lot of tension there. So we'll stretch the arm. And then let's release that stretch. And we'll go to the other side. So we're going to pull the left arm across using the right arm. This is a variation of eagle arms. And then let's release that stretch. We're going to bring the right arm palm up with the elbow in your ribs. Take your left hand and let's just pull down gently on the hand. So left hand stretches right hand. You should feel that stretch going all the way up your arm. If it feels better for you to go ahead and extend your arm, this is a little stronger, feel free to extend your arm. We're pulling back on the hand. The palm is facing out. Relax your shoulders, your neck, and your face. Who always like to try to get in on the action. And then we're going to release and turn the hand the other way. So now your palm is down. I'm going to take my hand and pull it back. So your elbow could still be here in your rib, or you could have your arm extended, either one. Now we're stretching the top of the forearm, a place we hardly ever go. So feel that stretch moving up your arm. And then we'll release with a shake. Shake, shake, shake it out. And we'll go to the other side. So left hand elbow is in my ribs. I've got my palm up. I'm going to take my right hand and pull down. And then we'll release that. Turn the palm down and pull down on the back of the hand. So we move into the top of the arm, into the forearm. These stretches are great for repetitive stress in our hands. You know, we're doing a lot of finger work these days, thumb work with our hands. So releasing the tension through the forearms is pretty important. And then we're going to release with a shake. Shake both hands. And then let's put our hands right back on our knees again. Let's take a breath. Let's just notice how we're feeling. I think it's important to stop every now and then. Take a breath and notice the energy flowing through your body. That energy is going to every cell of your body. Let's take now the right hand and put it on the left leg. So you're kind of sneaking around the outside of your left leg. We're going to do another lateral bend. We'll lift the left arm up, and we're sneaking that arm around the thigh to give us something to hold on to. If that's not comfortable for you, you can always do what we did before, which is hold on to your chair. Trying to get a little bit deeper, a little bit more intense this time. And then let's release and come all the way back up. We're going to sneak the left arm around the right thigh this time. That gives us that little stretch across the arm. We want to keep the shoulders facing the screen, so we're not rotating. Let's lift up the right arm and over we go. And then let's release the stretch. Inhale and exhale, float the arm all the way back down. Good. Let's do a little bit of eye work. I like to not forget those muscles that live right around our eyeballs. So what we'll do is bring the arms out beside us and point our thumbs up. So where I have my arms right now, I can see both of my thumbs through my peripheral vision. But I'm going to put my arms back a little bit further so they disappear. So they're still out there, my thumbs are pointing up, but I can't see my arms anymore. And then with my head looking at my screen, I'm going to turn my eyeballs over to the right, and then back to the center, and over to the left. Now the challenging thing here is to not turn your head. So just your eyes. That makes it challenging. So look to the right, to the center, look to the left. Just your eyeballs are moving. Makes them work harder. So your head's not doing all the work. Look to your right, to the center, and look to your left, and to the center. And then because our arms are now getting tired, we'll release our arms. We're going to put our palms together and make them warm by rubbing them together. And then we're going to place them over our eyes. So your palms come over your eyes. This is called palming. So your eyes get to rest from that work in this beautiful, dark, warm little cave that you've made. Take a big breath here. And then let's release. And we'll bring our hands to our lap this time. Now, I'm going to challenge your eyes again. One more time. So now you're going to imagine that you're looking at a clock. I think all of us of a certain age can remember what a clock looks like that's not digital, right? So you've got the 12 and you've got the 6, right? And you've got the 3 and you've got the 9. So imagine that kind of a clock. And we're going to look straight ahead. This is the challenging part. You don't want to turn your head. If you feel like you're going to turn your head, hold your head so it doesn't turn. And we're going to look up at the 12 and down at the 6. Up and down, just your eyes. Up and down, up and down, up and down. And then we're going to look 9 to 3. So we're going to look at the 9 and over at the 3. 9, 3, 9, 3, 9, 3, 9, 3. And then let's palm our hands again, warm them up, and we'll put them right over our eyes and let our eyes rest. And then let's release. We're going to do 3 more sun breaths. So let the arms hang down, relax your shoulders, get loose, and then all the way up they come. And exhale, floating down again. And inhale. And exhale. Now on the third one, we're going to rotate to the right. So inhaling. And as they come down, exhale and rotate to your right. So we're adding another twist in. This time we're going to let our head turn and look over the shoulder, but then we're going to turn it back and look over your left shoulder. Keep your chin low. So just your head is going back and forth, making this rotation a little bit more dynamic, making us concentrate a little bit more. And then let's unwind the next time you breathe in and come all the way back around. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So let's let the arms hang down. Inhale, let's reach it up. Exhale, floating down. And inhale, reach it up. Exhale, float it down. And then inhale up, and this time we're rotating to the left. So exhale and come down to the left. Look over your left shoulder, and then look over your right shoulder. So only your head is moving. You're keeping your torso right where it is, twisting towards the left side of your chair. And we're just moving our head. The next time you breathe in, let's unwind. Come all the way back around. Inhale, arms up. And this time, instead of twisting, we're going all the way to the forward fold, and we're going to hang out in the forward fold. So let your head hang, let your arms hang. If you end up on the desk in front of you, let your arms rest on the desk. Breathe into the back side of your body. And then all the way up we come, arms overhead. Big breath, exhale, floating the arms back down again. And then we're going to sit back in the chair and spend the last few minutes in relaxation. So settling your feet back onto the floor. But this time I tend to get a little bit sloppier with my posture, and I just lean into my chair so that I can relax. Sometimes it's nice to put one of those little airplane pillows around your neck or a blanket around your neck to hold your head still so you don't have to work so hard in relaxation. But wherever you can make yourself comfortable, get there and let yourself soften into your chair. Let your chair hold you and sink into it, whatever kind of chair you're sitting in. Allow it to hold you. Let it hold your whole weight. Soften the muscles, especially around the shoulders, the neck, the face, the ones where we tend to hold a lot of tension and don't even notice it sometimes. Let your arms be in a place where they can be heavy and soft. And if you like to take a couple deep breaths here, do that, but then let your breath relax and let it become just a soft and quiet breath that moves just the way it wants to through your body. So we're not forcing, we're not trying to change anything. We're just letting the breath flow the way it wants to flow. And then let's begin to deepen the breath again. Let the fingers and toes move. Sit up a little bit taller. Bring your hands to your heart center. And feel the breath moving through your body. And know that this breath is available to you any moment of any day. The tool that's most available in our yoga toolbox. So let's take a few more deep breaths. May peace, joy, love, compassion, and gratitude fill your heart today and every day to overflowing. Namaste.